Hello, dear listeners. Welcome to the first episode of our podcast. Today, December 26th, we want to talk about today, the day after Christmas. For many, it might seem like just another day on the calendar, but it brings with it a series of reflections and feelings that are unique to this time of year. After the Christmas celebrations, what remains is a certain emptiness. I'm not talking about an actual empty space, but the feeling that something is gone. The energy that filled the house, with all the family together, the laughter, and the gift exchanges, now starts to fade. The celebrations are over, and life returns to its normal pace. But do we really return to normal? On this day after the holidays, the house feels quieter. Some people who are staying with us are already saying goodbye or have already left, returning to their homes. The hustle and bustle decreases, and a certain feeling of melancholy starts to fill the air. Maybe you're feeling this right now as you listen to this episode. What often scares us isn't just the end of Christmas, but the return to the routine. The thoughts about what we've lived in the last bon muoy tam hours mix with what's to come in the next few months. The same food we've eaten every day until it's finally finished, the gifts already opened, and maybe even some toys that have already been broken by the kids. It's almost like we live the intensity of the celebrations in such a short time, and now we ask ourselves, what's next? What comes after this? One of the most common reflections at this time is about how wonderful Christmas was, and at the same time, how the arrival of the new year makes us think about life. Families say goodbye, houses become quieter, and everything seems to return to normal. But something happens inside us, something subtle yet deep. Many of us tend to feel melancholic, remembering the past celebrations, the good memories, and even the things yet to come. How will I spend the next year? Is a question that almost inevitably pops up during this time. And then begins that reflection about how we'll be better in Hai Ginkong Tram, Hai Muoy Lam. We all want to be happier, more fulfilled, and reach our dreams. We all promise to be more productive, to learn more, to take better care of ourselves and the people we love. The question is, what makes this feeling of renewal happen? Why? When we look at the new year, does our mind push us to think about our resolutions, our plans, and our wishes for the future? Maybe the answer lies in the fact that the new year symbolically represents a chance to close one chapter and start another. It's like a blank page, a new opportunity to rewrite our story. Sure, we have to admit, a lot of this motivation comes from a place of expectation. Often, when we look at the new year, we get excited about big goals and promises that, in reality, can be hard to keep. We fall into the trap of thinking that the new year will solve all our problems at once. But is this expectation realistic? What we really need to understand is that change doesn't happen overnight. A new year is not magic. It's a continuation of what's already inside us. The first step to making the new year truly transformative is, without a doubt, to create a concrete action plan. We can't just dream. We need to write things down. We need to plan. What many people forget is that change isn't a one-time event. It's a series of small actions that, when done consistently, lead to big results. For example, if your goal is to improve your health, it won't happen if you just say, I want to live healthier. You need to be specific. How? I will start walking minutes a day. And, most importantly, commit to it realistically. Don't be too hard on yourself at the beginning. Consistency is more important than intensity at first. Another example, if you want to learn something new, like playing an instrument, learning a new language, or cooking, instead of simply saying I'll learn to play the guitar, how about making it more concrete? I'll practice every day, at least 3 times a week. By doing this, you turn the dream into a tangible goal. This is where the big difference between dreamers and doers comes in. The focus on the process, not just the final result. When we focus only on the big end goal, like losing weight or getting a promotion, we can easily get frustrated, especially when progress is slow or not visible. It's important to appreciate the small victories. Every step taken is an achievement, even if it seems small at first. By focusing on the process and celebrating the little victories, you not only keep your motivation high, but you also turn challenges into opportunities for growth. This applies not only to health, work, or studies, but also to relationships. Another challenge that we all face, especially at this time of year when we transition from one year to the next, is procrastination. We've all done it. We put things off, make excuses, and wait for the right moment. It's not the right time. I'll wait for the new year to begin. I need to get organized first. But the truth is, often what keeps us from acting is not the lack of time or resources, but fear. Fear of not being able to do it. Fear of failing. Fear of not being good enough. This fear can paralyze us. But it's important to remember, action is the only way to defeat fear. And the action doesn't have to be huge. As we mentioned earlier, starting small is already a big step. Ultimately, what we need to understand is that the new year is not an absolute fresh start. It's, in fact, just a continuation. With each new year, we have the chance to improve, to correct our course, to learn from what didn't work in the previous year, and to appreciate what did work. The new year is not about magic. It's about continuous self-improvement. So, how about reflecting now on what you truly want? Think about what you can start doing today to ensure that when the end of next year comes, you'll look back and feel proud of your journey. Let's share strategies for creating an action plan in search of a bright tomorrow. Thank you for listening to this episode. I hope it inspired you to start thinking about your goals. Stay tuned for more episodes, and let's continue to walk together on this journey of self-improvement.